Getting to know your customers. Once upon a time, we used to have things called databases. And what they looked like originally were we had these notebooks. And we collected all our clients' details and we wrote down their addresses and what they liked and what they didn't like. And then we had the database notebook upgrade 2.0. And what the database notebook 2.0 looked like was that. It just went bigger. So instead of having that, you went to a bigger version and you could collect more data. But it was never online and it was never available to anybody else. We even tried for a while to go for the 3x5 cards. That didn't work too well either. What we're looking for with all of our businesses is how do we get our paid staff to be performing better? So if you've got staff that are working for you for 8 hours a day, you want to recover as much of that billable time back to clients. So for an example, with most of my clients, we're paying 8 hours a day, and the goal for us is to get our fee earners to be charging back to clients 90% of that time. So if we're paying 8 hours a day, we want 7.2 hours a day to be charged directly back to clients. So going back to the database, what do we want to look for in a database? Well, there's electronic databases available now which are desktop based, and they're fine and they're relatively cheap and you're in total control and you don't have to risk any sort of spam or anything like that. The downside is that nobody else can use it, and it may be that you don't have the technical expertise to use the database as much as you possibly should. So what we want to look for is perhaps a cloud-based solution, and a cloud-based solution could be Microsoft Dynamic, it could be Infinity, it could be Sage, it could be Zoho, the Capsule CRM. There is a number of them out there. You can even get databases now that link into your accounting practice, your accounting software like Zoho, software like Xero. New MYOB products are starting to come out with some products where they've got integration with databases as well. So there's a number of different solutions. Now the reason why we want to have a database is so that you can get to know your clients a lot better. You want to be collecting their first name, their surname, their address. You want to collect the details around their car, what make, what year, what model, when their registration is coming up and renewals are about to be asked for them, because in some states within Australia now, we don't have registration stickers sticking onto the dash. So sometimes the owner of the vehicle may not know that their vehicle is actually not registered. They may have moved, they may not have received the new vehicle registration notice in the mail, and they may not have paid their registration. As a consequence, their vehicle will not be insured. Now, you as the motor mechanic, your job is to look after their car. Your job is to worry about their car so that they don't have to. Your job is to care about their car, their safety, and make sure that they've got the lowest cost of operating the vehicle than going anywhere else or going to one of your competitors. So some vehicles are out there now with 7-year warranties, and this means for you as a motor mechanic that there's less likelihood of repair work on a car. When a manufacturer is prepared to offer up to 7 years, they are extremely confident that there's not going to be a lot of repairs required. So if there's less repairs required, then you've got to be able to service your clients with something better. You've got to service your clients with better levels of service. So some of the things that you want to be collecting about your clients would be, do they want to be picked up and dropped off? Do they want a loan car? Do they want if you're a tradesman, do they need a ute for when they drop their ute off to you to get it serviced? Can you loan them, even if it's $20, $50 a day? Do they have a preference for having a loan ute? Do they want their car detailed, say every 4 months? So rather than getting a car back once or twice a year, if you've got the opportunity to go and touch your client again, you might be able to notice that there are some more defaults with their vehicle. It could be out of an alignment, it could be that they need some new tyres. And if you're providing a detailing service, even if you subcontract somebody into your business to help you with that, you're now providing a much better level of service to your customer. Helping them find the best insurance. Because you're involved in the motor industry, it's going to be quite easy for you to ring up half a dozen different insurance companies and find out for the most common cars what sort of insurance premium a person with a no claim bonus who's over 25 would expect to pay. And you could then print that in a little white paper and store that on your website so that when somebody comes to your website they can download some useful tips about, it could be a pre-purchase inspection checklist. It could be, that's another thing. When somebody is out there wanting to buy a new car, your job should be to offer them as much guidance and advice to make sure that they purchase a good car that's not going to cost them a lot. Look, these are just some of the tips that you can get by having a look around the website here. So please enjoy the look around the website, take as much from it as you can, and service your clients as well as you can, because if you don't, somebody else might.